Thank you, Council President.
You are.
First and foremost, I just want to thank all my colleagues for their hard work and their dedication throughout this very, very challenging year. As we face crisis after crisis, we had to adjust on the fly to a new way of life, including a new way of working. All of you have gone above and beyond the call of duty to serve the people of Philadelphia. We have brought solutions to the table for public health, housing preservation, small business relief, racial equity, Black workers' rights, dignity for our Black judges, police accountability, fiscal stability, government transparency, and so much more. As we look forward to the arrival of a COVID-19 vaccine, there are glimmers of hope on the horizon. But our work is far from over. Although many will remember 2020 as the year of the COVID-19 pandemic, I will also remember 2020 as the bloodiest year of the 21st century. Indeed, this has been Philadelphia's deadliest year since 1990. As of yesterday, we have had 465 homicides in our city this year. This cannot continue. It must not continue, and it's totally unacceptable. I pledge that I will not stop working on solutions with my colleagues. Today, we voted on legislation I sponsored to cut off the flow of ghost guns in our communities. This bill was a direct result of hearings I held this fall. At those hearings, law enforcement testified that an increasing share of crime guns recovered in Philadelphia are ghost guns made from kits with simple tools from Home Depot and tutorial videos on the internet. Those ghost guns don't carry a serial number, don't require a background check, and can't be traced by investigators. This will give law enforcement an important tool to keep guns out of the neighborhoods and hold gun traffickers accountable. And although today is the last meeting of council in 2020, my colleagues and I are going to keep working throughout the end of the year. On Monday, I'll be hosting a hearing of the City Council Special Committee on Gun Violence at 10 a.m. This is a follow-up on a series of hearings that have started from this summer and fall that examined the reasons for our massive spike in gun violence. Topics would include the new group violence intervention program, victim services, and trauma counseling for affected communities, the homicide and non-fatal shooting clearance rate, and the conviction rate for shootings that result in arrests. Another pressing issue facing our city is the rapid spread of COVID-19 within Philadelphia jails and Pennsylvania prisons, which affects thousands of Philadelphians, both inmates and staff. During this pandemic, jails and prisons have been infection hotspots, and Philadelphia is no exception. At the beginning of the pandemic, there was a significant and collaborative effort on the part of city stakeholders, including City Council, to limit the spread of COVID-19 within Philadelphia jails and keep nonviolent offenders out of the jails. Now that COVID-19 infection rates are surging, we must renew these efforts. Currently, there are over 4,000 Philadelphians being housed by the Philadelphia Department of Prisons. There are thousands more housed by the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. And of course, there are thousands of corrections officers and staff. We owe it to these fellow Philadelphians to address this issue. We also owe it to ourselves. If the staffers and inmates are infected in our prisons, when they come back into our communities, they will bring COVID-19 with them. We cannot afford to ignore this issue as the second wave of this pandemic rises. Accordingly, I will be partnering with my colleague, Councilman Curtis Jones, Chairman of the Committee on Public Safety, and Councilwoman Cindy Bass, Chairwoman of the Committee on Public Health, to hold a hearing on December the 21st at 10 a.m. to examine how we are addressing COVID-19 in our prison system. I look forward to continuing Council's work to protect all Philadelphians, and I invite my colleagues to attend these hearings. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with all of you. God bless everyone and have a beautiful holiday.
Thank you, Councilman.